Today we are going to make use of this SSD connected to our Raspberry Pi and create a network attached storage. So let's look at the SSD. So it is mounted over here. Let's make a directory, a custom mount point. So we'll name it mount/SSD. It is a naming convention that we follow. Next, we will need the UUID, for which we use this command, and this 6485F009. This is the UUID, unique identification number for our SSD. So let's install some exFAT related configuration files which are required because our SSD is in this format. So once this is installed, let's edit the fstab file, which is responsible for automatically mounting the devices during boot time. So we will just mention the UUID, the mount directory address, and some other settings, and then reboot the device. So now the device is rebooting, and once it is done, let's SSH back to our device and list out all the files at our mount location. Oh, we don't see any files here. Let's try again. Nothing. Okay, so we will just check back quickly what went wrong. So this is the UUID, unique identification. This seems alright. Okay, let's check our fstab file. Okay, so we will remove these spaces. These are unnecessary. Rest all looks good. So there's no fail and 000. These will ensure that it doesn't create any boot time errors. Let's reboot it once again, and it is rebooting. It's done. SSH back and list these files. Okay, so now it is successfully showing all the folders. So now let's set up the Samba server. So yes, just click Y and press enter, and it will install the Samba server in our Raspberry Pi. So it's done. Next, we will just set up a new user and password for our Samba. Okay, so we name the user Pi and give a password. So added user Pi. Next, let's just add some configuration for our SSD. So just go at the end of this file and we will create a new SSD. We'll add the configurations for read only. No, we want it to be writable. Yes. We need some other settings and just save it. Now we will restart the Samba server. So this is the command for that, and let's just change the ownership of the files to Pi at a more point. So this is doing something, some operations are not permitted. Alright, let's change the read and write permissions for all the files at this mount point using chmod command, and in a few seconds it's done. So now we are in our Mac. We can see this Raspberry Pi thing is connected. Here we will just log in using Pi and our ID password, and you can see we can access the files. We can even play the videos directly. There is no lag. It is pretty good as long as the folder size is small. We can also create a new file. Let's create a new folder here, and we will name it new folder. And let's open VNC viewer. We will log in to our remote desktop in Pi and just check whether this new folder is being shown in our SSD as well. So here you can see the new folder is present. So it's done. Subscribe.